Hello guys, teacher here. Today I want to talk about progression, and what I want to be talking about progression wise is I want to use the Heradrums as an example because they were actually responsible for the increase in my raid overall score and thus my progression from last week to this week. So if you're ready, let's take a closer look. So you might be wondering what progression did they make because on the surface nothing changed. But one thing did actually change. I upgraded Robel here and I actually feel I will go for this soon. Um, I will see if I can squeeze her level 6 in for next week because that 60% extra damage might be enough for the first bomber to get some kills along with Wubete. And of course, if we then talk progression, then the next thing I would actually like to do is graceful blades. So this is how you should do progression for Haradrim and other squads sometimes. Look at what abilities get me the most value. Don't think about maxing just one character. Think about what works overall. And the reason why it's the Haradrim that's the example is because they share their passives. They benefit from each other. Therefore, it's really vital to consider what will I upgrade next. For instance, this one with Banes, I'm gonna be leaving that because it's okay. And this one is actually quite nice. This one will be very good for the cave troll. So will this. And of course, this is just great overall. And then if we go to Yef2, this one is of course great. I think this will actually be before Bekelu because this one is just great. Like the reason why I don't want to go for the next one is for chapter 1 you get the slow on you, so I don't really get anything from that there. And these are more for the troll, and that's later down the line. So for me, I would say what I want to be doing in order to make sure this can keep evolving and gain me good score with the RNG on my side is first I want to take up wide swing to 6. I'm not saying it's going to be the first thing happening because I have other things also doing, but this is definitely what I'm considering doing. And after that, then yeah, it will actually be, let's go back to that. Then it will be Graceful Blades because of chapter 1 that they often don't have a boon when you do your AoE. That means you get really good score on them. You get good damage. And Tibeb, I might actually do this just for the chapters, just because, really min-maxing. I'm so deep into the Heradrim. Everyone is 6-star, even the 2 marquees. Yeah, I don't know. This one might also be okay, but I should put into them, but I don't really want to. But this is like a good idea of how you should progress your squad. I actually swapped out Yef2 for the where we go. Actually, he's right here. I swapped him out for Ironhide. As you can see, my Ironhide, like I stopped using him basically because at one point there was no need for Shadow Side squad, and at that point I just did Halberat with my elves in arena, so he was out and didn't invest into him. It was before I started spending more regularly on Marquise. That was during the summer. But yeah, then if we were to talk about progression, I would actually say before the Haradrim is completely finished, do the Robel Special 2, do Yef2 and Bekelu Passive, Yef2 to 5, Bekelu maybe to 6, and then I would actually swap over and do Ironhide because he offers a lot of AoE, and that's really, really nice. Mortar's actually scoring quite well, or Mortar mixed teams. And yeah, he's really good. Also, he can dispel. Stamina down to 4 will be nice on the cave troll. So yeah, I would actually say I would maybe swap over here so he can be a more plug and play for raid squads. So maybe let's say he would actually go on a 4th team for AoE. And the reason why I say 4th team is because at the moment Haradrim is gonna be a difficulty-free team. My elves with Halbarad are gonna be a difficulty-free team. They already are. Road to Rivendell will be eventually. That's another one. Then we're gonna have a Gondor squad, which will then take Halbarad and put Miri over there as well. So that would be a 5 team, and that would be the 4th team. Then Rohan would be the 5th, and I think that would fit very well with Ironhide because they're actually lacking some AoE there. They only have the Eothane, and that's not enough, but that's where Ironhide actually fits really well. And then if you want to be really fun, you could actually do Rockma as well, because a lot of AoE there if you really build him up. That would be 5 teams if you only were to maximize Chapter 1 progression. Now, Chapter 2, you could actually say you want to see if you can make an full up buffed Isengard team work. Now, the difficulty with Isengard is you don't have AoE, but that's where you could then swap Ironhide in instead of Ashag or Morsha. Morsha does have some assist and some dispel. That's why for Chapter 1 I would actually do Morsha. So yeah, we can actually look at that. That is where, like, planning ahead. This is an idea that might pop up in my head in a few weeks' time, might later down the line, you never know. Also, remember, this is our first raid, we are gonna get more. But yeah, here, and you gain some defensive actually, so you gain haste as well, you dispel boons, then you get some health over here, and you inflict weak-minded. So, whereas Ashag is actually, yeah, here he's very good for the troll, he does massive damage. This one ignores taunt, not really great because you want to dispel in case there is a war guard. So there's a lot of plug and play characters that you can do. It's all about doing what you want to do, but then of course you also want to do things that can help you progress, because if you just do things that are fun but not progressing, that's where you will stall and burn out in the game. So basically it's about finding a nice middle road. So yeah, Haradrim, a great example for progression. Pick a few things at a time, and if we are to talk about progression on the last one, then I would actually show you my elves. Some of you might have spotted it. I'm starting to work on Elrohir and Elladan for Gear 9, and that's the reason why I think these are the key factors. Elladan will soon be a Gear 6, a 6-star. That will help eliminate some of the RNG elements, or maybe even get me closer to a 900k regularly score, or 700 to 900, where Elwer here with Gear 9 and an Elladan might actually help me with the cave troll, and also his nimble and everything. And as you can see, Arwen is getting worked on. I'm finally decided to invest, and I did an extra energy refresh today for a 100, and I've decided that get her gear 8 with that, and then we can go back and do Lomian. So elves, they are getting there. As I said, I plan to have them ready by the end of the month. We will be close with these two. Lomian, I might actually do an energy refresh for him once per day, or a gem refresh. But yeah, progression, plan ahead, and you will see your score increase. Or spend, or do both, but you will see a score increase just like I have in mind. I'm now up to 1.65, and we're slowly getting there. I will say probably a month away, I might be pushing 2 million, hopefully. If I can, I should be pushing this in 3 weeks, hopefully 3 to 4 weeks. I want to be in this area here. And that's the whole point of the game. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Don't start too heavy and push yourself to always do the best result, because RNG will go against you. Be positive, accept it, and then it will just feel more easy. And remember, it's just a game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.